Third, have you ever noticed how stories about bank failures all start to sound the same? A boom, a sudden bust, panic in the streets, and then the inevitable government bailout. It makes you wonder, do all banking crises just follow the same old script? Let's take a look at the last 50 years to see if we can spot a pattern. Think about the 2008 global financial crisis. It started with a housing bubble in the US, fueled by risky subprime mortgages. When the bubble burst, banks holding these toxic assets started to fail, creating a domino effect that spread across the globe. Sounds familiar, right? Now, let's rewind to the 1990s Asian financial crisis, T. It also began with a massive real estate and stock market bubble, but this time it was triggered by foreign capital pulling out, causing local currencies to collapse and bringing down banks that had borrowed heavily in US dollars. See the similarities? Both crises involved asset bubbles, excessive borrowing, and a sudden trigger that caused widespread panic. This is a classic pattern. A period of rapid economic growth often leads to overconfidence. Banks lower their lending standards, and people and companies take on way too much debt, betting that the good times will last forever. But when a shock hits like rising interest rates or a sudden change in investor sentiment, the bubble pops. Asset values plummet, borrowers can't repay their loans, and banks are left with massive losses. But here's where it gets interesting. While the core pattern is similar, each crisis has its own unique flavor. The 2008 crisis was all about complex financial instruments like mortgage-backed securities that almost no one truly understood. The Asian crisis, on the other hand, was deeply tied to currency exchange rates and foreign debt. And the savings and loan crisis in the US back in the 80s was driven by deregulation and bad real estate loans, but on a more localized scale. So, what's the big takeaway? History teaches us that while the specific causes may differ, the underlying human behaviors of greed, overconfidence, and panic are timeless drivers of financial instability. By understanding this common trend line, regulators can try to build stronger safeguards. But since each crisis brings new, unexpected challenges, we also have to stay vigilant for the unique risks of our time. It's a constant battle between learning from the past and preparing for an unpredictable future. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into how the world of finance really works. See you next time.